What's up, Internet? I'm still snowed in because it's still blizzarding out, but we still have a Pokemon adventure ahead of us. So let's continue on with where we ended off yesterday, or whenever. I still haven't figured out my release schedule on this, sorry. I'm doing these all in one giant sitting, so... Anyway, Viridian Forest, which I did look up in between. Yes, it is in fact green. It's like a turquoise sort of green. Now, I know exactly where to go to get through here. I remember this. But, we're going to explore a little bit, because I think there's like potions and stuff we can go grab. And there's a bunch of really easy, like, random fights we can go fight. Pokeball! Don't need one. I think I've got plenty, and I've currently got all the monsters I need. But, ran out of Pokeballs. You should carry extras. That's good advice. Oh, first trainer battle. That isn't my dork rival. We locked eyes. That means we must fight. It's a dumb bug catcher kid. With a Weedle. Oh, what's this? I've got a bird. I'm not worried about your little worm. Actually, like, this goes back to why, at least very early episodes of the anime were actually kind of good, because it taught you how to play the game, you know? Birds eat worms. Water's good on fire, that sort of thing. I mean, now it's... I don't know what it's doing, but early episodes of the Pokemon anime was actually kind of sort of tolerable. Okay, that's basically the worst possible thing that could have happened. So of course it happened. We'll see what we can do with this. And that's what makes Weedle, at least at a very early stage in a Pokemon game, kind of a threat. Because he can poison you, which is a big old problem. So, what I'm thinking we'll do, since Bryant and Zephyr are the same levels, we'll use Zephyr to weaken this Caterpie, who is basically completely non-threatening. Caterpie. Caterpie. It should be Caterpie, but anyway, we'll weaken Caterpie and then swap, and then hopefully we'll level one or both of them up or something, or at least keep them in relatively similar realms of level. Okay, we want to swap to Bryant. Holy crap, he actually has Tackle. I'm impressed. Actually, if you look at like the old Pokemon like leveling index and like all the abilities they learn, most Pokemon don't learn more than like 4 moves in their lifetime, which is kind of crazy. Okay, we have to go get unpoisoned, like now. So, as much as I don't want to, back to the Pokemon Center. Because I don't want to have to end up seriously hobbled for another fight. And while I don't want to grind or anything, we do have to at least gain a couple more levels by the time we enter the next town. At least ideally. Crap. Good thing I'm not doing a hardcore run or anything. I've done those in the past, so those were fun. Okay. Heal my sick bird. Or, alternatively, disintegrate him and then present me with a perfect clone of a healthy version of it. I still have my suspicions. I mean, all the nurses look the same, they did in the anime too. Clearly, they have some kind of weird disintegration cloning technology. And yet they don't share it with the rest of the world. It's probably a big conspiracy. Anyway. Yeah, so it's still blizzarding out, it's still my birthday, I'm still very, very tired. Took an hour off, ate a couple soft pretzels that I made earlier, which, those were pretty good. Now I'm gonna record another episode or two, and hopefully we finish Pewter City. by the end of this, and then I'll probably just call it a night because it's like 5 a.m. already. I wanted to fight you. Oh. You didn't have an exclamation point. How was I supposed to know you were going to fight me? Actually, this is what I wanted, so fine. Oh god, not another Weedle. Okay, fun fact. This forest, full of bugs, right? I mean, that's why there's so many bug catchers. Also, bugs suck, but... they're sort of like the Nidorans. Both are available in both games, but one is more common than the other in certain versions. I believe in this version, Red, Weedle is more common than Caterpie, whereas Caterpie is more common in Blue. I think. And you can also find the upgrades of one of them in the forest, but I think the other one is only available in the other version. You'd have to train up a Caterpie in this one to get the level 2 Caterpie evolution. But bugs suck, so. Okay, Zephyr grew to level 8. Awesome. Kakuna. Yes, I will swap to Bryant. I like how Kakuna looks in this one. Kakuna is actually really neat looking. It looks like some kind of like ninja with like a helmet or something and like scythes for claws. I mean, it's a completely useless monster. Unless it has tackle, it's a completely useless monster. But it looks cool, and that's the important thing. And that's the thing, you look at these old Pokemon game sprites. Hell, look at original Japanese Blue. That had some really weird sprites that were even weirder in terms of proportion, but the monsters look really different than what they look like nowadays. And sure, part of that's the fact that you're taking like a 2D sprite and you're rendering it in 3D, but another part is like they just updated and changed how the monsters looked. I would say probably to match the anime, because even the comic book, or the Pokemon Adventures comic book anyway, looked something like this. Well, relatively speaking, but also I don't know if I've mentioned this, but go read the Pokemon manga, the Pokemon Adventures. That's actually pretty legit. I read it and I'm quite impressed with it, and I don't mean like when I was a kid. I binge read it on like a translation site a few months ago, and I read the arcs from like Pokemon Red and Blue all the way to like Diamond Pearl, and I stopped caring because Diamond Pearl sucked, much like the games themselves. But the actual mangas themselves were actually really genuinely interesting, and they actually got kind of dark in places too. Don't poison my badass flamethrower monster, please. Yes, please use that. That is great. I do like the giant nose on Weedle. I think it's cute. But that giant nose is not going to stop it from being burnt to oblivion. I mean, if I had a fire move, which I don't. Ah, crap. Hooray! Hooray! Ideally, I'd like to have all my monsters like level 10 by the time we finish, or by the time we get to Pewter anyway. Okay, so I guess we're backtracking again because poison is a real pain in the ass to deal with this early on. I guess I'll buy an antidote or two. The funny thing is, like, after this, you don't really need to worry about being poisoned all that often, from what I remember. What can you do? Such is the will of old school RPGs. Not like new Pokemon where you can get a flute that cures every single ailment. Although, technically, you could theoretically do something like that with, like, induce sleep on your monsters and then use the Poke Flute to wake them up. I guess. Food for thought, I guess. I just remember the flutes were a complete pain in the ass to get in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, as well as Silver, which was like a radio station you had to get. Okay, please tell me you sell antidotes. I didn't mean to press... okay. I'm going to take 3 of those, and if I need more than that, I'm going to be really, really sad. Okay, let's go. Let's go burn this stupid forest to the ground. For I am the bearer of the flamethrower dinosaur. Also, I think there's something wrong with my control sticks. Or something, because I'm not pressing back and I walked back that time. That was weird. Anyway. We're just, trying to walk around here. I think there's, like, 4 encounters each game, and of course, like, the second bug evolution is exclusive, I think. Oh, Metapod. So either it's not, or it's Caterpie that's easy to find one in this game, I'm not sure. But, I know there's Caterpie, Metapod, Kakuna, Weedle, and I think one of those seconds is exclusive, as well as very, very rarely you can find Pikachu, which I think this is actually like the only place you can find Pikachu, which is fine. I have no aspiration to have one. I hate Pikachu. I'm not sure what I hate more, the fact that Pikachu's as popular as it is, or the fact that they're constantly reinventing ways to keep it relevant and then completely erasing those ways the next iteration. What's up here? The Void of Doom. Good old limitations on old hardware and stuff. Okay, now if I recall, there's a bug catcher up ahead that's sort of like the final guardian of the fortress. There's Weedle. I'm a big angry bird and I'm hungry. Rawr! But yes, Viridian means green, and green means go, and that means you can't stop this hype train. Choo choo. And now, we get a little bit serious by swapping to Flammy and burning this place to the ground. Pikachus and trainers included. Ooh, what's down here? There's a collectible. A Potion. What does this say? I don't think I've ever read this then. No stealing. They won't let you anyway. And this would be the Forest Guardian. What's the hurry? I don't want to be here. I think that's reason enough to be in a hurry. Weedle. But you're weak to fire, and I get a bonus for fire damage. And also, you're weak to fire. If you poison me, I'm gonna be angry. Oh, come on! This is just kind of comical now. Oh well, I've got antidotes. Not that I'm gonna need them after this forest anyway. Okay, you're dead. I remember him being harder. Oh well. Oh, I should probably... Antidote on Flammy. Hooray! And this says, leaving the Viridian Forest to the Pewter City. I know a few of these areas have like people who trade you stuff, or give you stuff. So, I don't normally talk to all the characters, because I at least have a general idea of what I need to do in this game, but I feel like in these like little stopover areas I need to. Okay, so, there's the Rattata. Scratch! No, you're supposed to use your other attack. This one. Burn! Okay. Another one. They're a plague on the world. Stupid Rattatas. Actually, there are some neat ways you can use a Rattata. I just don't like Rattatas myself. If I'm gonna use like a starting monster, I'm gonna use a Pidgey. And I do use Pidgey, so it works out well. It's one of my favorites. Okay, Flammy hit level 10. let's move forward into Peter City. That should be good enough. Also, a Cave of Mystery. Although it's not really all that mysterious. Okay, to the Poké Center. Make more clones of my monsters. Now, this town's pretty crap. Let's leave. Because there's absolutely nothing to do in this town. None whatsoever. You look like a girl. Anyway, we're doing this now and his sprite is jumping around for some reason. Seriously, he looks like a girl when he looks down like that. And this girl, when she looks up, she looks like she has a helmet. Like, seriously. Just... it looks like she's wearing a helmet. And now that you've seen it, you can't unsee it. Goodbye, helmet girl. Let's see, is there anything else to do in here aside from go bug Brock? I think that's about it. Oh, there was one other thing, and also this. I believe you can talk to this guy stomping on flowers and tells you not to do that. Let's say no. Huh. I remember this guy just says, quit stomping on my flowers. Oh well. That's why I'm doing this. To fix my senile old brain. Okay, let's go fight this gym. And we could avoid these fights, but we're not going to. Light year. That's not a measurement of time, it's a measurement of distance. Although that could still be used. The way they do it, though, is not quite really correct. I'm an air type. That should mean you're in a lot of trouble. It should mean you're in a lot of trouble anyway. I'm noticing that doesn't appear to be the case. Quick Diglett. I'm not sure if I can take another hit. I'm not doing the math on my health. We'll just swap to Bryant and do like the last 1% damage he needs. Kick his ass, Spiky Bunny. Horn attack. If this was a modern Pokemon game, you would have had a chance to be poisoned just by touching me. Uh-oh. Sandshrew! Now, we can't get this guy in this game, but he looks kinda cute. We should probably swap to Flammy, I'm thinking. What's weird is this is like a rock-themed gym, and this guy uses nothing but ground types. I mean, the gym leader uses rock types, that's fine, but this guy uses ground types. Only you can stop lizard fires by spraying sand all over them. And praying that I don't murder you before you actually, like, take effect with your accuracy reduction like that. This is the value of sound attack. Young me didn't know this. Although it might be advantageous to just let Flammy bite this fight, just so I can level up the other two monsters. That is, of course, assuming that they're fast enough to take the Sandshrew out. Ha! And that's how Flammy does it. Bryant leveled. There you go. Didn't realize he actually knew that. Although, again, saying that you're light years away could still mean that you're too far away to actually be effective. It just depends on whether you're inflecting distance or time, because time is not applicable. But saying that your distance in terms of skill is still far apart is still relevant. I'm kind of worried about Brock, though. I think he might have like a level 14 or some nonsense. That could be bad for me. I think the first time I played this, when I finished fighting Brock, I had like a Charmeleon, so I'm kind of in a rough spot right now. We might have to level a little bit. I'm not sure. Okay, let's take a look at our... Yeah, Zephyr's still behind by a level. Really? I thought he had a second guy. Huh. Okay. I guess we'll start with Bryant and see where this goes. Because I'm pretty sure he starts with a Geodude and then throws an Onix at you. Okay, we might be in trouble. Horn attack. See, this is kind of the problem if you chose anything that wasn't Squirtle or Bulbasaur early on, is very quickly this guy's kind of a stopping block, because at this point all you have is really normal attacks, normal element attacks. Assuming that you're not using, like, Bulbasaur and Squirtle. Like, if you have Bulbasaur and Squirtle, this guy's cake, because he's weak to both of them. However, if you only have normal type attacks, which we have that and a fire attack, which isn't exactly ideal, you're in a lot of trouble. You can still curl up defensively and hide like a coward. That was a critical hit. That's... Yeah, this is going to be a while, I think. I kind of like how old school Geodude looks, with his little spaghetti arm, giving you the thumbs up. He's got little lumps on his head, instead of being like just a rock with eyes. You can definitely tell like the designs have evolved over time, but I kind of like the old school look. Hey, do I still have potions? I do. Let's use them. Okay, I'll sand attack you again. Now, the question is, will we be able to scrub out a win like this? I mean, as it stands, we're basically just going to have to do 1 damage to him over and over and over, which, I mean, there's merit to doing that, which is why we're doing it, but we then have to contend with the Onix, which I believe is a higher level. I want to say he's level 14? And while we very much can do the exact same strategy, and I intend to at this point, I'm not really sure how effective it's going to be, because it's basically... I don't want to say luck, it's RNG, but it's basically luck whether or not we're going to get hit by these guys. That said, his Onix does use Bide, and if he uses Bide, well, this guy won't be too much of an issue. But if he takes out our Pidgey, we're in trouble. Because as much as people like to make fun of the good old classic Pidgey, Pidgey can be something of a powerhouse when it wants to be. I wonder what his, like, actual hit ratio is right now. It's gotta be something like 30%. That looked like that might have been a critical, doing 2 damage. But I will say for the starters, like, it goes without saying Charmander is my favorite, and he's one of my favorite monsters of all time, as are the other two I've picked, but he definitely has trouble with the first gym, that is, of course, Brock, but once you move into, after the first two gyms, he's pretty much better than any other starter, because Squirtle has the first gym, Bulbasaur has the first two gyms, and after that is pretty much all Charmander. In terms of, like, what type-wise the starters are good with. There we go. Hooray! Now we can get smacked by the big ugly rock snake. No, we're not changing. This is the plan. Oh god, he gave us our chance. I really hope we can do something with this. Because the beautiful thing about Bide is it is the most useless attack in this game. What it does is, you sit there, and you sit there for like 3 turns, and then any amount of damage you accumulated within those 3 turns gets returned to your opponent. But you still take all the damage and stuff. So basically, you basically stand around doing nothing for 3 turns. If your opponent chooses to heal, or like debuff you, as we did, or whatever, it's basically going to do nothing. Okay, now he's biding. The question is... Oh, can't use that. Okay. That's how much damage we did to him. I didn't want to accumulate too much. But, yeah. I don't want to say we've got this fight wrapped up because, I mean, he's an Onix. Things could go sideways pretty quick. And we're actually out of PP for good old Zephyr here. So we're gonna swap out to Bryant for a little bit. I'm gonna try and get all 3 monsters in on some experience from this guy. And we'll horn attack. Failed because you missed. Failed because you missed. Ladies and gentlemen, the power of Sand Attack. Oh crap. The thing that makes him really scary is his level difference. Because a level difference in this game is not insignificant. Let's use Leer. Start decreasing stats. Don't kill me. Yeah. You can bite all you like, buddy. And let this be a lesson to a younger version of myself who refused to use any attacks that didn't do any damage. Ouch. Might not be effective, but it'll be enough. Get brocked. I'm sure I'm not the first person to say that, but I just came up with that and I'm pretty clever for thinking it. At least I think so. Bryant grew to level 11. Flammy grew to level 11. Zephyr grew to level 11. Go team! We're under-leveled compared to him. We're under-equipped in terms of abilities and skill. Well, I think we've very clearly proven I've got skill over this guy, but we were definitely the underdogs there, but we came out on top. We can use Flash, one of the most useless abilities in the game that isn't Bide. Speaking of, Bide, the TM that will never be used. Also, for those youngins out there who are playing Pokemon right now with their hippin' and their hoppin' and their smooth jazz or whatever kids are into nowadays, TMs are one-use items in this game, and you need to have your local first gym leader explain them to you, because you will not have a TM before that. Now, that stupid annoying kid at the edge of Pewter will now let us go, because we kicked Brock's teeth in. But there's still one more thing we need to do. I think, I'm running off memory here, but I think there's one more thing we can do. And we'll go do that, and I'm going to call it a night, because it is like 6 a.m. and I need to go to bed a while ago, but I've been desperately trying to get anything recorded this week. And it's pretty much all happening now. Now we have to go in here. I think we have to go in here anyway. And there's someone here. Yes, it's a magnificent fossil. Someone here talks about how awesome fossils are, and they give you one. They have a space exhibit that's completely unrelated to anything, but they later link it to Deoxys. Holy shit, actual factual history. Pokemon takes place on Earth. It's all real. What is this color of which you speak? Clearly we live in a world that's completely monochrome. You're weird for wanting that, girl. She's weird for wanting that. Well, this has been the Depressing Museum of Depression. It's probably that guy in the background right there. Can we go talk to him? Or do we need Cut? I think we need Cut, yeah. Alright, I guess we can't do it. I was gonna go get a thing. But we can't right now. But we beat Brock. That dumb, annoying kid who looked like a girl who was saying right leak here is gone. And we have now finished Pewter City. And are about to head into the next route, which is, I think, like, Route 4, I think. But that's enough for today. I'll see you next time while we continue my Pokemon adventure. See you later. Peace out, Internet.